The next 14 days were a blur of packing boxes and quiet rage. I found a small, overpriced studio apartment in town. Every box I taped shut added a layer to my plan. I started with the petty stuff. The stuff that wouldn't get me sued but would drive Linda absolutely insane. I knew Linda was planning to flip the house quickly, paint it gray, put in fake wood floors and sell it for a massive markup. So I prepared the house for her. I took the knobs off every single cabinet and drawer in the kitchen and bathroom. I didn't steal them, I just put them in a bag and buried them in the backwoods. Good luck matching 1980s hardware. I removed the batteries from every smoke detector, but I left the detectors up. Then, I took the tiny little plastic tabs that connect the battery terminals and hid those too. I went to the breaker box. My dad had meticulously labeled every switch: kitchen, master bed, well pump. I took a bottle of rubbing alcohol and wiped the labels clean. Then I switched half the breakers off. Let them figure out which one controls the hot water heater in the dark. But the piece de resistance of my petty phase was the curtain rods. Dad had heavy, hollow metal curtain rods. I went to the grocery store and bought 2 pounds of raw shrimp. I unscrewed the finials on the rods in the living room, the room where Linda planned to stage the open house, and stuffed the shrimp inside the hollow tubes. Then I screwed the caps back on. In 3 days it would smell. In a week it would be ungodly. And they would scrub the carpets, paint the walls, and clean the vents, but they would never, ever check inside the curtain rods. But all of that was just for my own amusement. It wasn't enough to stop the sale. For that, I needed the nuclear option. I knew something about the property that Linda and Dale didn't. They were city people now, they didn't understand how land works out here in the county. They looked at the deed and saw 6 acres. They didn't look at the survey lines. The farmhouse sat way back from the county road. To get to it, you had to drive down a long quarter-mile gravel driveway lined with oak trees. It was picturesque. It was the selling point of the property. But that driveway didn't belong to us.